I don't know how well you can tell that in camera, but this is not safe. I can't actually see out my window. Good morning, everybody. I am in Hyder, Alaska, and it is about 30. I am hungry. I am uncaffeinated, but I am also on a mission to hopefully go see some grizzly bears. On the Salmon River here, the Forest Service, I think, has a little boardwalk that you have to get a ticket to go to the boardwalk, and I got a ticket. The reason we're up this early is because early in the morning or late in the evening are the best times to see grizzly bears feeding. Hopefully we see some since I got up this early. Since I got up at 5:30 this morning, I would like to see a grizzly bear. We'll see what we get. There's some cool old stuff. Mining stuff, maybe? Oil and gas? And what's up with that? Let's go see that. What is happening here? There's a little memorial here, but this is also, oh, I can't read it. Model. This is somebody's poopy patch, and a little sign telling you that Barrow is that way and Tijuana's that way, and a chair. Rivtoe Straits? I can't read it. Anybody can read that? It's a little sleepy this morning in the town of Hyder. A little sleepy. I mean, it's a really small town. I wasn't prepared, and I don't have a map to this place. I'm just hoping that I go in the correct general direction. There's only one road in and out of town, and it appears that I'm on it, so we should run into the Fish Creek observation station. I hope there's a really big sign because I don't have directions. And there's no cell signal. And I suppose if I'm driving for a while and can't find it, I could boot up the Starlink, but I think we should be able to find it just driving down this road. Recreation sites, next 1.5 kilometers. This road goes right on the border of Alaska and British Columbia, so I'm actually not 100% sure if the Fish Creek observation platform is in Alaska or Canada. It's got to be Alaska because I had to get the tickets through recreation.gov, so that's got to be in Alaska. But we're gonna go in and out of Alaska a few times. This is it. The Fish Creek Wildlife Observation Site. And obviously, I'm not the first person here. I hope is there a parking spot left? Additional parking down the road. All right, guys, I have all the cameras. Let's go Let's see if there's any grizzly bears. There's a bajillion salmon in this river right here. I don't know if that comes out on camera, but a bajillion. Look at that big, big salmon right there. That's cool. I see why the bears come here to eat. Word on the street is no bears have appeared yet. But your day pass is good for all day. So I'm gonna walk down here, check out the site, and if there's no bears, go into town, get some coffee and some breakfast, and come back. There's a bunch of kind of disappointed looking people on the boardwalk this morning. Since the pass is good for all day, I'm gonna head into town and see if I can find some coffee and something for breakfast. And then I'm coming back. And there was a sign at the entrance station where they wrote down what sightings they've had per day. And 2 days ago, one bear was spotted. Let's go head back to town and find some coffee and breakfast. I really could use some coffee and breakfast. This looks promising. I mean, it looks like the only thing. Have my coffee and my waffle and bacon. I'm a happy camper. That was a good call. It hit the spot. And I think we're gonna go head back and see if any bears have appeared. It's kind of a misty gray morning. I think if I were a bear, that, you know, maybe I'd want to sleep in a little bit. Those are cool old pieces of equipment. Back at the bear observation area, and no bears. I really thought there was gonna be a lot more bear activity on any given day if you came at the right time, but it seems no. I've never actually seen a salmon-filled creek before. I don't live somewhere where salmon are a thing, but salmon are I forget what the word is. I'll put it right here. They're a species that lives in both freshwater and saltwater. They're actually born, well, hatched in freshwater, and they hang out there for a little bit, and then they make their way to the ocean and live in the ocean for a couple years, and then come back to spawn in the river where they were hatched. And that's what's happening right now, is all of these salmon are spawning. Well, some of them are dying. And once they come back to the river and spawn, they die. And their body provides nutrients to the river system. It's actually a pretty crazy process. I mean, they have to go a long way to get to the ocean and back. I've spent like an hour here watching a heron fishing, but there's no bears. So we're gonna head up the road because I noticed that the sky is starting to clear up a little bit. And we are gonna go see a glacier. While it's disappointing not to see any grizzly bears or even any black bears, it's really peaceful actually just watching all of those fish in the river. It always makes me happy to see signs that say pavement ends. We're driving up to see the Salmon Glacier, which is 25K back this dirt road. Salmon Glacier is the largest glacier in Canada that you can drive to. And the road there is supposed to be pretty spectacular, so I'm excited.
And there is Salmon Glacier. And we are crazy high up this mountain. I don't know how much further we can go, but we're gonna go and explore and see how much further we can drive and if we get any closer to the glacier. But I mean, this is pretty cool.
Just a little further up the road is the actual real viewpoint. You can't fly a drone here. I'm not 100% sure if it was legal to fly it where I just flew it, but there were no signs there. There's another glacier over there, and that's a glacier. And this is the Salmon Glacier. And that's a glacier, and that's a glacier, that's a glacier. And there's glaciers on the mountains out there. And this is really cool because you can see the flow lines of this glacier where it has flowed down and carved out this valley. Way cool. I should probably have my bear spray in my pocket, but I don't. So let's hope we don't encounter bears right now. This is just the most beautiful little alpine setting. I should have some lunch, but I don't really have anything good that I want. I could make a salad. I'm guessing we can't go very far since there's a gate ahead, which probably means the road is closed for mining. But let's check it out. We're here. Might as well go look. Oh, there's another glacier with big waterfalls. Let me see if I can get it zoomed in. At the toe of this glacier is a big waterfall coming down. There's a road toward that waterfall. Let's take it. It's gonna be a little splashy. I think this road gets you closer to the bottom of the glacier. It's not really marked. I mean, it's kind of on one of the maps I have, but it doesn't say what it is. But it looks like it goes down to the glacier, and look at this beautiful waterfall. It's looking like it parallels the road up above. It's just a little lower. Somebody's made a camp spot right here. And that would be a pretty good camp spot. And you can see the road kind of winds around the hill there. That's pretty cool. It does get you a little closer to the glacier. You can see all the crevasses at the base of this glacier. That would be so dangerous to walk in. I parked the Jeep to walk up the road because it looks like there might be a chunk of road missing. And there's a car up here. A car with Colorado plates. I don't know how well you can tell that in camera, but this is not safe. This is a big rock slide over the road, and absolutely the Jeep could make it over that rock slide. But I'm not taking my Jeep over this rock slide unless an engineer has come out and said that it is safe to do so. There's some old mining stuff down there. I'm not hiking down there, it's really steep. But let's look around the corner. Looks like the road starts to go up around the corner. I think it goes up and meets the main road. Get a better view of that crazy collapsed wall of the glacier right there. I put my mosquito netting up because the thermocells aren't quite enough for the level of mosquitoes right now, but they'll help the mosquito net. And it looks like I'm having salad for lunch. It's like an hour and a half back down to town, so I need to have lunch now. And what I have is salad. Voila! The lunch is served. And while I'm not too thrilled about having a salad, I can't beat the view. The view through my mosquito net. The other view through my mosquito net. Huh? All right, folks. It is time for me to take my sleep-deprived self back to camp. And I'm camping at the same spot as I did last night. I could camp up here, and there's plenty of camping spots. But I'd like to be closer to the grizzly bear place, because I'm gonna try to get my butt up again tomorrow. And see if I can't see a grizzly bear. Look at this view. I knew the view would be amazing coming back down too. And it is. I have arrived back at camp. I chose a slightly different spot this time in hopes that nobody will try to be my neighbor. Technically, there's probably room for one more vehicle there, but let's hope not. This is definitely flowing a lot faster than it was this morning. There are at least 10 eagles in this immediate vicinity. And I keep on hoping that one of them will get a little bit closer because they're going to be this tiny, even with my zoom lens. But they just keep getting further away. Such is life. It's still beautiful. It's fun watching them. It's fun watching the gulls. And I think I'm going to crawl into the Jeep and start doing some editing and have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner. And maybe we'll see bears tomorrow. I mean, maybe probably not. I pre-set up all my coffee stuff last night so I could make sure I get some coffee this morning before we go to try to see some bears. This morning there's actually almost like sunrise is gonna happen without all mist and fog. That's kind of exciting. It's still very early in the morning. That sunrise is even happening at all now is kind of a minor miracle. It's only been maybe 2 or 3 weeks that I've been getting real sunrises and real sunsets. So not very long, and I've come to appreciate them. I've also still been in the mountains this whole time, so you're not getting good sunrises because the sun has already risen by the time it gets to the top of the mountain, but it's still nice to have some dark at night. I had all 4 windows cracked, and I still got a fair amount of condensation on the windshield. Let's go see a bear. Maybe. Only 3, 4 other campers last night, and nobody tried to horn in on my space. Thank goodness. You have to travel through a pretty impressive junkyard for the size of this town to get out of my camping area. Apparently the current population of Hyder is very low. It's some number. But 10,000 people used to live here back in the gold rush heyday. That's the main street. That's a dead end. That's where we were camped. And that is toward the fish observation center. There aren't very many businesses in Hyder. There's a guy who fixes tires and stuff. There's a general store. There's a gift shop. There's the little coffee place that I had some breakfast yesterday. There's a lady here who serves fish and chips. And a campground. That's kind of it, as far as I can tell so far. It's just a little bit past 6 a.m. and no bears have shown up yet. And the reason I know that is because I can see the boardwalk actually from the road, and there's not a bunch of people all gathered in one spot pointing over the edge. So, no bears yet. No luck with the bears, and not even a heron today. There was an eagle that I could see for a second, but that's it. I do have caffeine on board, but I'm hungry and I'm kind of out of groceries. So let's head to Stewart. I'm guessing your best chance of seeing a bear would be in like September, because it's just before winter and the bears are going to go through their hyperphagia phase where they're just eating, and they're not doing that right now. Right now they're like, it's the lazy days of summer and we can eat if we want at the all-you-can-eat buffet, or we can nap. So yeah, I suspect September might be a better time to see the bears. So too late for me, but if you're planning a trip, maybe September. Coming up on the border, cameras off. That was a surprisingly thorough border check. It's kind of funny. I mean, you can't come from anywhere but Hyder to go through that border crossing, and you would have just come from Canada. Very nice, but quite thorough. Welcome to Stewart, which is also a small town, but a bit larger than Hyder. The first thing I want to do is get some gas and just have the tank filled up, because it is not. Gas is $1.65 a liter. That's less than it has been. I mean, that's still expensive for gas, but I've gotten kind of used to it. My check engine light came on, because of course it did. We're gonna read the code. Okay, thermostat, that's fine. I've had this code before. I probably need a new thermostat, but I'm going to check to make sure that my radiator fluid, that's the stuff, make sure my radiator fluid's at the correct level, and when I start up the car again, I will be putting on the thing where I can monitor the engine temperature and make sure it's actually getting up to the appropriate temperature. But it's not something I have to freak out about right now. Now that I know I don't have to immediately worry about my check engine light, let's go check out the Portland Canal, which is the little fjord that comes up from the ocean into Stewart. This is a very pleasant walk, but I don't think it's going to get us all the way out to the Portland Canal, which is way out there. But that's okay. This is a beautiful day, and it's a nice day for a walk, and there's no mosquitoes at the immediate moment. That's the end right there. It doesn't go very far, but still quite nice. After walking around a little bit, I went to a little local restaurant and got a delicious breakfast burrito. Lots and lots of bacon. It's good. And all my cameras died. This is the last image I got before the cameras died. So guys, I've settled into a campground in Stewart. It's a great little campground. I'll tell you all about it next time. But I think that's it for today. And I want to thank all of you for coming along with me. It's amazing that you're coming along with me. We'll see you down the road.